All right, that is for our hands introduction video. Is messaging here?
Yep,
Okay.
right here. How's it going?
Okay. Hello, sir. Good morning from Indonesia.
Morning.
Okay,
Morning.
so for the next session, it will be you presenting the vision and
Okay,
mission.
fantastic.
Of course.
Here, let's see. Amanda, who should I pass it to after I finish today?
Wahyu.
Why you? Okay, all
Yeah.
right, fantastic. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, good morning, everybody, from here in sunny San Ramon, California. And today we'll be talking a little bit more about the vision and mission of the company and some observations I've made recently. So let's begin. All right, so as regular, we always have some good news, bad news. I try to share as transparently as possible things that are aligned to where we're going, but also to also share what we need to correct as quickly as possible. All right, so let's take a look at what's been going well. Okay, so what occupancy rate? Occupancy rate last time we checked was actually declining. Now it's back up again. Okay, so this is good news. We aim to function on a minimum 80% occupancy. And at best, we're up to about 90% occupancy throughout the year. This is fantastic. If you guys don't know why, I'll share that with you right now. A lot of the revenue goals and the premises of how we actually frame a benefit to our partners, which is we provide the highest return in the shortest time, is based on a fixed occupancy goal. It's not based on a fixed price per night. It's not fixed on whatever, but we need to maintain a certain occupancy. The occupancy is directly related to the ranking and also the function of how we do on the platform on Airbnb. So I pay attention especially to this number to make sure we're keeping our promise, but also to make sure that we're on track overall as a company to deliver that key benefit to our partners. All right, we've gotten some great reviews. I apologize, I didn't update the pictures on this, but I did update the actual names of the properties, right? Great reviews on Mi Villa, Rumah Bamboo, Raw Villa, fantastic. Okay. What's really good is there seems to be good staff coordination. The properties are prepared, they're clean, they're ready. And also we have great communication with these guests in the spot of reviews. However, oh yeah, this is also good. So this is a shout out to the reservations and revenue management team. Last time I checked, last week, a lot of reservation requests were canceled or withdrawn because we had not accepted a reservation in time. I see that this problem has actually been fixed. In the one case where there was a withdrawn reservation, this guy Mario, he actually booked another Bukit Vista property, and he mentioned Bukit Vista, which is always good to see. It's always good to see that our brand is developing a recognition from potential guests. So this is definitely on the positive side. All right, good stuff there. Hospitality is slipping. So last week 82, this week 81.4. So this is kind of like the red line, right? We want to keep our overall hospitality at 80%. That's the super host level. So better that we are aware that this level is going down rather than going up. Okay. Oh, should I turn up the brightness for content? Let's see. Yeah, I can probably. Is that better? Yeah? Okay. All right, cool. I've maxed out my brightness, but good observation. Excellent. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Hopefully everyone can see the screen better now. I didn't know that brightness was affected in screen share. Okay. Good call. All right. So this is something that we can fix from engineering, from operations, from all levels of the company to improve the overall hospitality score. Now, there's been two operational problems that particularly caught my attention. One was this very, this is a complaint we hear a lot, and this is related to most probably a question of integrity, Ola La Panita. So apparently the staff on site were videotaping the guest over a complaint, and this doesn't look very good. And I know we've relaunched the listing a few times already due to the, I would say the maybe uncorrectable behavior that we've been seeing on this property. And Bella, this is a good case of what I'm going to go into next in terms of revenue management, all right? These are decisions we have to actually make in terms of setting off our revenue goals according to the kind of scores that we get, because this is what our brand gets known for. So that's number one. Number two is we had a checkout that we recovered actually at a new property. This is Villa Alua. This is Shaffrey's villa. So those of you who might have been here for a while know that Shaffrey was the former vice president of data science at Gojek, and he's a close friend of ours. He's been to our office many times for dinner. I got to hang out with Shaffrey just before he left for Taiwan, where he's picking up a new job at this Korean e-commerce site, Coupang. So anyway, amongst the first few guests at Shaffrey's villa was one of Shaffrey's friends, who basically left on the first night. And this isn't good. This is basically an operational mistake. Now, Shaffrey's villa has plenty of things that could probably be improved, but we need to do our part to make sure that guests are well taken care of. The other particular strategic impact of this is something which I'll relate to immediately here. This has an impact on overall growth of the company. And I'll tell you why. The person who left the property was in discussions with Della and our business development team to actually onboard as a new partner, bringing in close to about $6,000 a month. Now, clearly to say that if they checked out of the property after canceling 3 of the intended nights that they planned to stay, that doesn't look very good, and that doesn't actually help us expand any further. So this is an interesting case, Gani, VP of Marketing, where our brand is actually shown by how we treat our guests, by what our guests actually experience. And when guests don't have a good experience in one of our properties, it probably cancels out our potential for, if that guest had any property plans of building their own property and such, it probably doesn't put a very good flavor in their mouth. So our brand, in terms of our ability to grow for the partner side, does actually depend on how we do on the guest side too as well. So treat every guest as a potential partner. All right. Now, relating to that even more strategically is this idea of neighborhoods. If you guys don't know, we generally get the majority of a particular neighborhood if we worked well with some of the early adopters in that neighborhood. That means if the first few people in a new neighborhood work with Bukit Vista, our chances of increasing our overall exposure and management in that neighborhood goes up. Now, Shaffrey is in a brand new area. This is his neighbor. So once again, this is an operational issue that comes to operations, but also has impact on the growth of the company, okay? So the reason I'm telling you guys that is to realize that all parts of a brand do need to work together in order for that brand to be taken seriously at all different levels. And what we do in the way we treat a guest does have the effect of whether or not we reach our revenue targets, okay? Now, speaking of revenue, the revenue goals are off track, and this has happened too many times. And we're unlikely, again, to reach our April target. So I'm going to talk a lot more about what's happening there and what we need to do to get this correct. But just before we do that, let's take a look and not do this, okay? I do realize that hospitality goals and revenue are tied together, all right? Nobody needs to come and tell me that, okay, you know, these things are interrelated. I'm fully aware. But I also know that if we get hospitality goals correctly done, it should also improve our ability to generate revenue through better ranking, through super hosting, and through improvements in our brand. So we need to think about ways to synergize this, okay? Now, revenue is important, but I do not want anyone to mistake that we should decrease the amount of hospitality in order to attain better revenue. That doesn't make any sense at all. That is not growth. That is just compromise. So I really want to emphasize this because coming into the next semester, I want everybody to remember what we did correctly in the previous semester and go full forward with these particular things. Do not change this. Keep this just the way it is because it is doing very, very well. So what did we accomplish last semester? We overachieved our goals. We were only aiming for 76%, 4.65. We got to 80.4 and 4.72. Okay. Now, that is good. That is very good. And these are the benefits, right? We had more bookings compared to the previous semester in the same period of time over the previous year. We had fewer people working in operations, and it was less stressful and more easy to do across all employees. And that's thanks to a lot of strategic decisions that we made. We involved engineering into a greater role into doing operational execution. We also put in some policies to remove problematic partners who would never really change their behavior. And also we put in policies to simplify what to do and not have to spend a lot of emotional energy into our day-to-day operations. So those are good things. We want to definitely keep all that, all right? However, not however yet. The key factors are the things that I've just listed down, and also strong leadership, capable execution, strong supervision, and also empowerment through automation. Now, here's the thing. What do we want to accomplish in the semester ahead? So we want to keep all the good stuff that we've achieved in hospitality that builds our guest brand, and we want to actually leverage it. So here's what we have right now. This is the way I see the company. We are we have way more capacity than we're currently taking. That means that if we double the number of guests, double the number of partners, it probably wouldn't be that more difficult on a day-to-day operation. Why? Because we have this benefit of being an AI-ready organization very, very early. So we have a head start over almost all the companies that I see in Indonesia, but particularly in property management. So we are ahead. We are built already ready for the future. Now, here's kind of like the lag, all right? So we should aim for this to be at least the median performance. We should never dip below this in terms of our hospitality targets coming into the new semester. However, this is the part where strategy comes in. This is the part where strategy and what I'm talking about right now needs to align to what everybody here does on a day-to-day basis. So what's the idea? Can we capture more unsold inventory? Can we reduce it by 50%? I think it's possible. I think with, let's say, AI automation, with good strategy, with having so much brains and talent thinking about what we're doing in terms of our revenue and our valuation, I think it is possible to reduce the amount of leftover inventory at the end of the semester. Is it possible to reduce the AUM loss and recapture new AUM? Now, we have a new philosophy, which is that partners who want to offboard might not be ready at that particular point. They should go back into a pool of potential AUM for a longer vision, okay? So let's say a particular partner, like Me Villas, let's say for this month, wants to offboard. They think they can do it themselves. Let's not call that a closed account. Let's slowly work that back into a new sale again. And I think that can be a much, much better strategy than to say closed doors and never reopen them again. Now, if we can do that, long-term wise, we can recover a loss of the closed partnerships and off-board partnerships, where people start seeing that, yes, you are right, Bukit Vista, we did actually need you, and we did make much more money with you, and we're ready to become better partners now. So don't stop speaking with partners who want to off-board. Keep amicable relations, hospitable relations. Last thing is this. If we're really going to grow, then most of the effort needs to come into expansion and growth. And this currently has the least number of people working on it that I discovered. So what should we do? Now, if we want to grow and we want to, let's say, grow the overall pool of revenue, it's these three things that we need to take care of. We need to ask ourselves, are we representing product and experiences that guests actually want to pay and hopefully pay a lot of money for? And that's not always true. We're not always representing what guests actually want to purchase. We need to ask ourselves why and how can we actually position ourselves such that we can represent product that guests actually want to buy. Now, sometimes we don't value our inventory correctly. Sometimes we have high inventory that we sell for cheap. Sometimes we have low inventory that we don't sell unless it's left as unsold inventory. So that is something we could definitely do better with automation, technology, and such. I struck this off. I said, we're not deciding how to reduce bad inventory. And I think we've done actually pretty well. I think over the past semester, we have actually offboarded mostly properties that we don't have current alignment with, okay? So I think that's okay. No negative marks on that if we've offboarded a property because they just couldn't actually be trained or commit to good hospitality metrics or values, then we're probably not the right management for them, and we should focus on the properties that we can manage properly, okay? But these are the three things that we can do, but we can focus on the first two. So we talked about how to improve the rate of growth and get more AUM, and this is important. This is important because the reason why we haven't been able to grow is because we suffered through bad expectations. And bad expectations are a leadership mistake. So I admit that I had the wrong expectations. But now I want to show everybody here what the right expectations are. And if you'll follow me for a few minutes, I think we can correct this. If those of you who've been here for more than a year remember, about a year ago, we had a lot of leadership problems. We had leadership problems in the form of people would try really hard to do work here. And then for whatever reason, they didn't fit here. And we had to either come to a very negative conclusion or things just didn't work out and we couldn't have the right number of people working on teams. I fully accept responsibility for the leadership problems in the past. And the innovation was actually creating the leadership planning table. We were able to correct the expectations of how leadership should work by looking at what types of work were visionary, knowledge management, strategy, supervision, execution. And I'm really happy to say, and those of you who've been with us for this past year, we've had very few leadership problems since we have the much, much more improved expectations at this point. So that's a positive. So just like we were able in the past to fix leadership problems by having the right expectations, I want to show you how growth probably should have the right expectations and such. So I'm going to go into a quick demo here. All right. So what I want you guys to see is this, right? What is the structure of actually how we actually acquire new properties? So we need to actually look at the very beginning here. The beginning comes at a point of awareness. We call this the marketing funnel. So a lot of property partners and new assets under management become aware of Bukit Vista through, let's just say, for example's sake, through our website. They come on, they look at the website, they go, this is perfect for me. This is perfect for me when? Well, maybe not today. Eventually, it's perfect for me when I finish building my property. So we need to actually understand that as soon as somebody is aware, then they go into this giant pool. This is what we call the potential AUM. Now, the false expectation is this. The false expectation is as soon as somebody knows us, they're ready to sign up and become our partner within the same week, within the same day, within the same month. Why do we have these expectations? It's because we also have users who are ready to do that. Guests do actually do that. But partnerships don't work like that. Partnerships take a bit more time. It's a bit of like, you can think of a race. There are some people early on and they have short spans. They need management right away. Johnny, I was inspired by your bike riding behavior. So I put these bike riders, yeah? There are some partners, we call them short span prospects. These people are ready for management today. But there are some people who are long span prospects, and these people are ready for management, well, maybe a year from now, or 6 months, or maybe 3 years from now, or maybe even never, okay? So we need to take into account that this is a really, really large pool. I estimate the size of this pool to be in excess of $10 million worth of people that we've already contacted that have a property that could be a potential property partner, okay? There's quite a lot of people in that potential pool. Now, here's the thing. We need really good programs and really good people to manage this pool of assets, to convert it into actual new properties. So what does a new property look like? Well, it looks like this. Looks like Villa Alia, a new property, ready to make revenue, partners all set up. But let's not forget, this particular property, as Erica remembers, took what, like 4 or 5 months? It took quite a long time to get Shaffrey to actually bring this property in. But that's okay, because essentially what happens is the bigger this pool is, the more properties that we can put in this pool, the more that we can extract later to convert, all right? But in order to keep this pool healthy, in order to keep this pool engaged, we have to do something. We have to keep ourselves at the top of mind for all the people who contacted us, who are interested in property management, and we need to think about how to manage that. And we have community programs. We have things like the roundtable talks. We have BBGO. We have newsletters, or BBGO is irrelevant at this point because they haven't signed on yet. We have community newsletters. We have WhatsApp groups. So we really need to really think as a company how to tap into this part of the market. Now, where is the wrong expectation? Here was the wrong expectation. We used to think all of our marketing should be focused on acquiring new attention, new people. And that's good, but not everybody is ready to be a partner right away. However, if we really start thinking about this as our market, this middle part, I think we're going to do far, far better over time. We'll think about how to re-engage our partners. We'll think about what it is that we need to focus. And this gives us a precise focus, okay? So does everyone understand? So that was the wrong expectation from the past, but I'm trying to move everybody to the right expectation. Currently, the team working on this is only one person. So if we're serious about really reaching our revenue goals, maybe we need to increase the amount of focus, the amount of resources that we're going to really take a look at into how do we actually take this pool, the people who are aware of Bukit Vista and are thinking about getting management to actually come out here on this side and give us their properties. Okay, hopefully I made that clear. And hopefully with that improved understanding as a company, we can reach our revenue targets, okay? All right, so let's get back to the main thread here, which is over on this side. All right, I think I've explained most of it. So the rest of it is my standard talk, okay? So please remember the mission of the company is to inspire delight through hospitality and innovations that positively transform guests, partners, and employees. The one thing I want everyone to walk away with is this. An innovation doesn't necessarily have to be a technological tool. It doesn't necessarily have to be a particular thing that you can see, feel, or touch. Innovation can just be a change in mindset, like understanding expectations of what new revenue is, or understanding expectations of what leadership is. We do a lot of exciting work here because we're oftentimes the first people to come up and solve these particular problems, which makes, I think, work here at Bukit Vista always pretty interesting. So anyhow, that hopefully demonstrates this idea. But how do you get there? Once again, curiosity being greater than fear. I was afraid. I was really scared. I was like, what have we done? Why are we not making as much growth as we thought? I committed to the shareholders. I had told the company we were going to reach this target, but it didn't get there. But instead of being afraid, I was curious. I started looking and asking myself, what is it? And I want you all to be more curious as well. All right. Be curious. Nobody ever gets punished for being curious here. If you're not sure of something, there's probably something you can discover through curiosity that eventually will lead you to an improved understanding. And that improved understanding will reduce the amount of agony or confusion or whatever you feel. Okay. All right. So semester goal number 5. We're going to deliver the semester goal by this Friday. I'm sorry it's taken so long, but it's taken me quite a long time to figure out what exactly are the pieces that we need to include and what exactly are the pieces we need to remove. All right. So deliver this Friday, and we're going to really try to really grow the company this semester, because no matter what, I think this will be one of the largest semesters we've ever had in the entire company's history, which is pretty exciting. We'll affect more lives, we'll collect more revenue, and we'll hopefully inspire more people to want to travel sustainably to Bali over time. Okay, that's my 10 cents. Let me give it to Wayu.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jing, for your presentation. It has always been very inspiring for us. And we are going to continue our session to weekly inspiration. Could Amanda please share your screen? Okay, thank you, Amanda. So before we're going to weekly mission inspiration, we have little information from Kak Kayla regarding the hospitality and revenue target. As discussed on MSM, if we're not announcing the semester target yet, and as Mr. Jing mentioned before, it will be announced on Friday. So we'll skip this part, and we're going to continue on the weekly mission inspiration. So our first inspiration comes from Kak Cynthia to inspire the lecture hospitality innovation that positively transform our guests. To Kak Cynthia, the time is yours.
Thank you, Wahyu. Okay, during Jamin's recent stay at Villa Shankara in Pecatu, he asked us on April 2nd to set up a special decoration for his girlfriend, and we missed his message at first, but when he followed up on April 18, we got right on it, and despite the tight deadline, we worked with our vendor to make it happen, even working overtime if needed. Fortunately, everything went smoothly, and Jamin and his girlfriend checked in right on time. Despite a busy schedule with back-to-back guests, they were thrilled and giving us a perfect 5-star review. Despite our initial mistake, Jamin left happy, praising the privacy, cleanliness, and care from our team. Thank you. Back to you, Wahyu.
Thank you, Kak Cynthia. Oh, happy birthday to Selena. Next one, we have inspiring life through hospitality innovation that positively transform our partners from Britendi and Kak Erika. But as the field is still empty, maybe we could skip it first and continue to our next section, which is innovation that positively transform our employees. That from Shelin Arifin to our honored HR, Shelin. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Wise. Okay, we actually went for our first movie night after a while. So there are a couple of us actually, like we were actually watching Six October. But personally for me, it's not that scary. So you guys can actually like watch it on your own. Yeah, or maybe my taste is a bit weird. So we actually got a special guest. So we have Josephine, our intern alumni, join the movie night as well. And yeah, we had fun actually. And afterwards we went to Villa Kate for the property testing. And yeah, everything actually like went pretty unique. And oh, the unique thing is that Hafiz is actually joining us like the day afterwards. So like he just arrived in Bali like on Sunday. So like we went out for dinners as well. So yeah. Thank you. And back to Wahyu.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shelly. Oh, that must be very happy to watch Siksa Kubur at night. So next up, we have in technological innovation that will be delivered by Kak Vito and Mas Krishna. First, we have Kak Vito. The time is yours, Kak.
Okay, thank you, Wahyu. So I will show you how Hermes performance this month. First, starting with message space, Hermes process around 500 messages daily across hosting, reservation, Bivigo, and as anything. And second is for the category side, since hosting is our biggest client for Hermes, query property information is the most called category for message for this month. And the response time, Hermes can answer messages within 49 seconds, and the median for the response time is 26 seconds. So I think it's pretty fast, and of course we want to enhance this to be more faster. And last one for the tool usage, since query property information is the most called category, related to tool to this category also will be the most called tools in the Hermes process within 3% error rate from the technical side. I think that's all from me. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Vito. Thank you for the Hermes performance update. And we move to evaluation on Athena's enhancement by Mas Krishna. So, Mas Krishna, the time is yours.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Wahyu. So in previous announcement, we often do focus on creating new things and let it be there. Now we focus on also evaluating and delivering quality aspect, even for post-production. Given for this example, we evaluate for post-Athena enhancement for bad review reply, user collecting 43 bad review. For current result, Athena can auto-reply around 83% of negative reviews, so still not all of them, with 72% of accuracy rate. So we are not done yet. We set high standard for all reply coverage, 100%, and minimum 80% of accuracy rate for bad review reply. So we will still optimize for this, especially for Athena understanding in reading listing content and make it as a capital to response on bad review delivered by guests. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mas Krishna, Kak Vito, Kak Shelin, and also Kak Cynthia for the weekly inspiration. It will always be very inspiring for everyone in Bukit Vista. Next up, we have company team, target, and milestone. Besides that, we also have monthly strategic milestone, which both of the subsection will be delivered by Kak Kailia. Kak Kaila. To Kak Kaila, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Wahyu. Finally, someone get me new name. All right. We can before this part actually, Manda. Let's take a look on the April target first. Yep, the one, the below one. Yes, this is the revenue target. Let's see how far along we are within a month. Regarding the revenue target, we have been able to achieve around 87.8%. Of it, we are at the moment have achieved 371,000 US dollar from the OK target of 400,000 US dollar. For the 5-star percentage, we are at 81.4%, and the overrating we are at 4.73 for achieving the OK target. This is actually declining from last week because also we have 82.4 and 4.72. Declining on 5-star percentage and increasing on overrating. To see the breakdown, let's take a look on the that Canva. Thank you, Manda. All right, before we start, I think this is a bit similar to Mr. Ching's announcement before, but let's see who pay attention. Anyone would like to guess which property is this? Okay, good one. Agus Weda, it's Alwa. This is another point of view. If you would like to take a look, pretty chic, I think, for the ambience. Okay, correct for that part. Let's take a look on the breakdown for our hospitality. For accuracy, last week we have 82.7%. This week we have 81.9% for accuracy. Next, on the check-in, last week we have 88.2%. This week we are at 87.6%, also a decrease. Next, for the cleanliness, also a bit of decrease, 0.2%. We are at 80.1%. Let's try to keep it around 80%. And next, for the communications, this is a bit crucial because we also discovered that a couple of guest inquiries regarding extra services have been responded by Gaia but not being properly addressed. That will definitely affecting the communication here. We are at the moment at 84.5%. Next. On location, actual location is the good news. The only metrics that we have on increase this week, we are at 74.6%. Congratulations for keeping this one up. And last but not least, we have the value. Value also a huge decrease on this part, but I believe this is aligned with a couple of bad reviews because the value usually follows any cleanliness issue or the property quality issue. We are at 79%. And last, let's take a look on the general progress for the overall. We are at the moment 81.4% and 4.73 for the overall. A decrease for the 5 stars, whole 1%, and a bit of bump up for the overall. Okay, that's all for the hospitality performance breakdown. Let's take a look on our opportunities. Regarding the revenue target, until now we have managed to have 62% occupancy. This is 5% increase from last week, 40% expired dates, 3% maintenance, and 5% owner usage. This is actually 1% additional, which should be maintained from the community manager later on. We still have 16% night available to sell to achieve the 48,000 US dollar to achieve the target. So let's try to straightforward and see how well we can achieve, how far we can actually establish for this month. On the latter part, on how to achieve the hospitality target, as announced before on the last all hands, we have tried to see a couple of ideas or a couple of innovations that we can actually to pull basically to maintain the hospitality. We have 3 initiatives, I think, that would play a prominent part. First one, enforcing the stringent MKL standards and initial qualifications as outlined in the operations team guidelines, which is also aligned with our business plan. This is for both upcoming and existing properties by enhancing the quality. The second one, which would be our prioritizations for this month of April, enhancing the listings based on guest reviews, balancing both the revenue and hospitality scores. So what we're going to do more basically until the end of this month is to take a look and reflecting back on the bad reviews that we have, verify those, and try to see the enhancement that we can pull on the listing descriptions. Basically, we're trying to target the right type of guests and serve the right type of guests. And last one, continuing mass enforcement based on inspection result and addressing maintenance needs through additional service or project management fee, which is a continuation for the last 3 months. Let's try to keep up that part. All right, well, I'm going to continue directly to the monthly strategic milestone. Okay, for this one, I need we have been absent for this for the last 3 weeks, so let's pay a bit of attention here for the monthly strategic milestones. In here, I would like everyone basically to take a look on their side. This is the link for it. Please open on your side if it's lagging too much. You will find a couple of new strategies, also a lot of strategies being refined, whether it's the measurable objective, whether it's the proper strategy, and the updates. Please take a look. I would appreciate it if everyone can join us, not only the strategies from each team, not only the upper managers, but basically every team members here, to dig deeper, to have a closer look, and to verify whether you would like to approve or you would like to debate. If you have any questions, that would be great, because this would help us to basically build our way in achieving our next semester goals, which will be announced on Friday, 12 p.m. I think that's all. Most important ones would be we have a couple of new strategies from Bella. And couple of refinement from my side. Please take a look, especially on those two, in terms of revenue and hospitality targets. And we'll be waiting for your basically involvement on this part. Thank you. I think this all gets back to you. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Ayla, for the strategic milestone and also company team target. We'll continue our all hands meeting to promotion and new employees, but as it is still empty, we'll proceed to core value recognition. Our first recognitions come from Matthew. To Matthew, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Hayu. Sorry, yeah, I'm still typing actually. Yeah, but for Kak Nat, I would like to recognize her because although she's not here, but she around a few days ago she gave me chance to lead URC for first time. That really helps a lot for me to improve my leadership. And as always, she also always helped me with my design works. Maybe we move to the next one, Wahyu, biar sekalian.
The next one from Matthew is for
Uh-huh.
Mas Gani,
Yes.
Rehan, Mas Rehan, and Kak Furkan.
Okay, thank you. So big thanks to Mas Gani, Kak Ray, and Kak Fur for helping me a lot this week actually. Mas Gani helped give me insights with my offline marketing task and how to arrange high quality questions for URC2. He also helped me with prioritizing my daily works. And for Kak Ray, he also helped me when I asked him, when I discussed with him, he helped giving me insight to do a proper research and also give several suggestions regarding the offline marketing too. And Kak Fur, yesterday he helped me arrange high quality question for URC too. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Matthew. Kudos to Kak Nadia, Mas Gani, Mas Rehan, and Kak Furkan for their core value. Next up, we have from me to Kak Bella. I would like to say thank you to Kak Bella because she has helped me to cover the remaining projection tasks that should be executed by me, but I suddenly get sick for 3 days, so I have to take sick leave. Thank you, Kak Bella. You will always be a great mentor model for me. Next up, we have from Mr. Jing. For Mr. Jing, the time is yours.
Okay, first I'd like to actually say congratulations to Dan Furkan. The reason is because just this morning, I actually got in touch with the directors of the Sutarja Center for Entrepreneurship at UC Berkeley, which is pretty incredible. It's pretty high up there in terms of our ability to reach education levels. So as a result of their outreach and their perseverance and community management, I'm speaking at Berkeley in November, apparently. And it's a real honor, actually, because the previous people who spoke as part of this lecture series are like people who are like billionaires. so they've included me for some strange reason. Okay. Anyway, yeah, congratulations. Thank you for really doing this, right? This is important. Oftentimes what I see happen is that we don't achieve great things because we don't believe it's possible. And that kind of traps us in this really kind of sad little bubble of, well, nothing happens because you don't believe it's going to happen, right? So what I see with Furkan and Data is that they go for it. They just go, okay, all right, we're gonna pursue this opportunity, and they're not shy to talk to people. And I think that's great. So may that be an inspiration to everybody. And also, I want to double tap this. This is important. We host somewhere around what, like 3,000 to 4,000 guests a day. Or a month. Sorry, I wish we hosted a day. That would be a different company. There is a very, very high probability that the guests you're working with are important people. Maybe even 1% of them, right? So if you never really discover that, it's like you're sitting kind of like in this diamond mine, and you just think it's all glass and rock, or you don't even bother to pick it up. But if you start like really seeing, oh wow, there's some really, really important people. I'm not saying treat people differently, but just kind of be aware that some of the people could be really, really life-changing. Okay. This happened by accident, completely by accident, but then we followed up with it and it got to where it is today. So thank you, Dan Furkan, for making it happen. It's the furthest we've ever been in our university relationships. Okay. I think I have one more there. Yeah. And the next one is Rehan. So this is actually kind of along the same thread, right? So Rehan and Gani and their group, and I probably should give Gani also core value recognition for fostering this AI friendly environment. So I went to a meetup on Wednesday and we took a look at some new tools that were just in their infancy, just getting developed in San Francisco. And Rehan immediately started using it, like, I think a few hours afterwards. And we saw the results on Thursday, which was pretty fast in terms of adoption. So I think that that's a bias to action. That's a bias to action. So congratulations, Rehan. I think that was the fastest turnaround time I saw between discovering a new idea and then taking action on it. And I want to actually underline this again, okay? It's important. We all live in a very exciting time. You probably all live in one of the most exciting times in history. It's kind of like as exciting as the time when people discovered that you could use electricity to actually do work. So if it seems all normal to you in a way that we're accomplishing tasks in AI, that's a really good thing. That means you're probably in the right company. You're in the right place, okay? But you can always actually do more. And this is what Rehan showed us, that you can actually go even further along the way. So if you see AI tools, if you see AI opportunities, jump on them, because it's going to be most definitely the way of the future. All right. And if you guys want to start AI companies after Bukit Vista, let me know. I'll fund you guys. All right. I'll invest in those ideas. Okay. All right. Anyways, back over to you, Wahyu.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jing. And we have two more to go. First from Mas Rehan to Mas Rehan. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Wahyu. I want to recognize Matthew, Matthew as highly motivation and help others to help themselves, because Matthew as maybe some of our hands before that I always recognize Matthew because Matthew's work pace is incredible and also consistent. Other than that, as before, as also as usual, Matthew shared some new AI tools with the team to enhance the work. Yeah, so kudos to you, Matt. Keep inspiring. Semangat.
Thank you, Mas Rehan. And I think the last one comes from Mas Furkan. If it is success. Wait.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, from Mas Furkan.
Okay, so thank you very much, Wahyu. So you heard the story from Mr. Jing, but the one thing that you haven't heard that is actually Mr. Jing missed the meeting offline. So basically, we have set up the calendar date and such, and Mr. Jing unfortunately missed it. But he didn't stop there. He even called the director, Susan, to get the chance to have a meeting online. And finally we convert the speaking opportunity at UC Berkeley. So guys, there's a story behind it that Mr. Jing hasn't told you. I told you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Rehan.
Okay, thank you, Kak Furkan. So that's all our core value recognition.
Wait, let me add one. Let me add another recognition for Matthew, because I just asked some questions and I see that Matthew's actually done some amazing positive transformation. Matthew, I'm looking at you. Wait, where are you? Wave your hand. There's so many faces on this screen, I can't see everybody. Yeah? Is he here? Where is he? Oh, he's not here. Oh, it's too bad. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully Matthew watches this video. I want to bring this out because I got to work with Matthew very closely when I was in Bali. He was always attending one of my workshops, right? Whether it was coffee or showing how to do infused water or any of these things. And Matthew, well, it's awkward to talk about him when he's not here, but Matthew struck me as kind of clumsy. Actually, the first few times I talked to him. And you know, there were some things I thought he should know that he didn't know. I remember this one time, I think, Weda, you were with him, right? We were trying to put on the monitors for the table. And he was like absurd. I remember he didn't know how to like work a screwdriver or something. But I think that's okay. I've never actually faulted anybody for where they begin. But to see that he's actually, and I think this is really important, Matthew stays curious. He so stays curious. He's never like, oh, I can't do it. I hate myself. I'm such an idiot. I look stupid in front of the CEO. I don't think he thinks that way. I think he immediately goes, oh, okay, what's the right way to do it? And then 1% by 1%, he gets better every day. And that's really an inspiration to see. It's very an inspiration to see that he's also, he's got nothing to lose, right? He's picking up AI tools, which are incredibly valuable at this point, and he's going to develop a lot of strengths there. So thank you, Matthew, for being an inspiration for showing how curiosity can overcome a lot of problems.
Thank you, Mr. Jing. Thank you for all the core value recognition, and hopefully we will see more recognition in the next week. As we still have more times to talk on the personal updates, we'll try to work on the personal updates first before the announcement. So, Amanda, and for our early expectation, we will ask for 5 minutes extension, so we will cover not only the personal updates but also the announcement too. So our first personal updates come from Mas Furqan. So Mas Furqan, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Wahyu. So basically, I think it would be better if you could read the of the week first.
Okay.
Then,
Okay. Firstly, I will read the weekly question of the week. In like with Kartini Day on the 21st, who's the woman or women that you're looking up to, and tell us a bit more about her.
okay, thank you very much, Wahyu, for reading that. So basically, my answer is my mom, my mother. She might be not a person with an outstanding achievement or widely recognized accomplishments. She's just an ordinary old lady, but I'm proud of her because she's been able to raise me, and I'm not easy to raise. So, yeah, that's I think. Thank you, Wahyu. Back to you.
Thank you, Kak Furqan. Thank you to Mama Kak Furqan for raising Kak Furqan. So he's very proud of you, Mom. And next one we have Kak Shelin. Kak Shelin, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. So actually, for both my grandmas and my mom as well, so it's actually really fascinating to see how all the three of them like share the similarities. So they actually like grow up in like one of the hardest times back then, and actually they still manage to like take care of their family like on a daily basis. So that's what I'm really like looking up to like for the three of them. Thank you, and back to Wahyu.
That must be a very inspiring story for you, Kak Shelin, and that's why you're mentioning them in here. Thank you, Kak Shelin. And next one we have Mr. Jing. Mr.
Oh
Jing.
my God. After reading everybody's question of the week, I think I understood why I am the way I am. I actually grew up without a mom. So my dad raised me, and that's probably explains why I'm such an asshole most of the time. But anyway, my inspiration is actually my wife. She's been a pillar of strength and a symbol of hospitality ever since the first day I met her. And so, yeah, that's looking at you, babe. Yeah.
Thank you, Oyana. Thank you to Mr. Jing. And hopefully your relationship will always be last longer. Amin. Next one we have Kak Ardi. To Kak Ardi, the time is yours.
Okay. For this question of the week is my mom. My mom is single mother. She devoted caregiver, always inspirational leader for me, resilient provider, and all the best for my mom can give to me. Thanks.
Thank you, Kak Ardi. Hopefully, Kak Ardi mother will always stay healthy, and Kak Ardi will always be proud of her. Next one we have from Kak Krishna. Kak Krishna, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. By the way, I have similar story with Mr. Jing. So I will say my grandma, because since very young ages, I live with my grandma. She is so caring. She always check everything on me, even as simple as whether I use proper clothes like this during every online meeting. It's because my grandma. So yeah, just love my grandma. Thank you all.
Thank you, Krishna. Yeah, Japanese grandma will always be caring very much of their son or grandchild. So thank you, Kak Krishna. Next we have Kak Vito. Kak Vito, time is yours.
Okay, for me, it's of course my mom. She is my role model in every aspect. She's so smart and can speak many language. And there are 8 billion people in this planet, and God chose her to be my mother. And how perfect is that?
That's very romantic. Don't forget to tell this to your mom in home, Kak Vito, and hopefully he will feel flattered with your words. Next one, we have Putu Widya. To Widya, the time is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Ayu. For me, yeah, absolutely my mother, because she is always doing everything, yeah, despite her tight schedule as a teacher, and yeah, she also try to give the best for her children, especially for education. He will do anything for our education. Thank you. That's from me. Back to you.
Well, it must be very hard for mother that be also a teacher to spend her time managing her child and with your current condition. Hopefully, she also feel happy with her dedication. Thank you, Putu Widya. Next one we have Kak Abam. Kak Abam, time is yours.
Yeah, of course, my mother, a perfect mother. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Kak Abam. So I see a lot of person mention their mother. Next we have Kak Bayu. Kak Bayu, the time is yours.
Yeah, for me, it's Kartini, but not because of her emancipation thing. But I think she's good because she knows how to use her privilege. She's an aristocratic Japanese family in the Dutch East Indies. She's rich, right? She can be just any regular person and still be rich and happy, but she chose to do this. So, this is that has inspired me about leverage and investment mindset. Like if you have something, you can use it to make more things. Back to you,
Okay,
Ryan.
that was great. Hopefully, with Kartini mindset, we can make ourselves more great, and hopefully, we can make a change to the world. Thank you, Kak Bayu. Next, we have Kofi D. To Kofi D, time
Yeah,
is yours.
for me, Marie Curie for her contribution to finding treatments for cancer.
Yes, another inspirational uh, person from Kak Fidi is Mary Curie. Next one we have Kak Vanes. Kak Vanes, the time is
Uh,
yours, Kak.
yeah, thank you. For me, it's obviously my mother. She's like everything. Like I can't even describe it with a word. So yeah, back to you, Wahyu.
Yeah, mother's love is undescribable, and hopefully after this, Kak Vanes can say the word to your mother, Kak. From the marketing team, we start with Mas Gani. To Mas Gani, the time is yours, Mas.
My mom.
Udah, Mas? Yes, we always I personally agree that our mom is one of the most influential person in our life. Thank you, Mas Gani. Next one we have Mas Hafiz. So Mas Hafiz.
Yeah, for me, definitely my mom and also my grandmother because I'm the only grandchild that call her sister. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Mas Hafiz. Next one we have one different answer from Kak Dela to Kak Dela.
Yeah, it's for me Rania Al Abdullah. She is the Queen Consort of Jordan. She's still beautiful at 53, I think. Yeah, so that's why.
Oh, so do you want to be as beautiful as her in your 53? That's why you adore her very much?
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Kak Dela. Next one we have Mas Rehan. From Mas Rehan.
Yep, my mom and my sister. Actually, my mom is just an ordinary housewife, ibu rumah tangga. But I see my mom and my sister is not showing explicit language or affection, or maybe in this current terminology is word of affirmation. But I know they love our family. they know how to feel, how to show their love to their family. Yep.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, mother's love sometimes delivered in no words. So if she cannot express it to you, maybe you could express it to her, Mas. Hug her. Thank you, Mas Raihan. Next one we have for Matthew. For Matthew, are you here? Matthew, I think, yeah, Matthew isn't here, so I will read instead for him. Matthew said that it is her mom, his mom, and his little sister. Next one we have from Sri Utami. From Utami,
Yeah, for me, it's my mom, and she always put her children needs rather than her own. Back to you, Pak.
okay. Thank you, Utami. Next we have from Mas Konang. From Mas Konang, time is yours.
Yep, thank you, Wahyu. From me, it's my mother and my older sister. My mother obviously take care of me, fulfill my needs, and very patient. Then my sister is very hardworking and deserve every achievement that she has gotten. Yep, thank you, Wahyu. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mas Konang. We have Mas Weda for the next one. So Mas Weda.
Okay, thank you. Just to make sure, my mom is one, but I don't know why I type it 3 times. So my mom is super caring and protective. That's all. Thank you.
Oh, it must be because you love her 3 times more than anything in this world. So hopefully, don't forget to told her that you love her that much. Thank you, Mas Weda. And last from this groups is Kak Erika. Kak Erika, the time is yours.
For me, especially my mom and also my sister, I can directly tell how much they love me by their action, and inspires me actually to love better. And whenever they treat me, I always feel like, oh, so this is how I should make people I love feel. And as what people said, love is a verb, not noun. Back to you, Wahyu.
Yeah, thank you, Kak Erika. Yeah, sometimes when we feel uh, affectionate because of someone's act, we hopefully we could act like them, because we want to be, yeah, whatever, to be act like that. I don't know how to say that, but yeah, our moms act sometimes we need to be like them because we want to be as good or as memorable as them. And lastly, from the operational team, we have first from Co Marcel. It's a little different the answer here. So from Co answer, maybe you'd like to explain first.
Okay, Carla Florencia. She's my best friend, I think. So I don't know why, because as men or most men, I think we kind of like have some hyper focus and then a little bit anxious over everything, trying to achieve things. But I mean, learning from her sometimes it gives me a little bit sense of emotional sensitivity. So some kind of like taking a break of things that is outside of my control. I mean, like a monkey talks in my brain. So yeah, that's a great thing for me, I think. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Marcel. Co Marcel.
Awesome.
Next one we have
Skipper
from
answer.
Kak Kaila. To Kak Kaila, the time is yours.
Thank you. It's my mom. We live in West Borneo for a couple of years when I was like very little. Back then, she was only pediatrician in the city, so she must be really busy, but she never missed out on taking care of me and my sister. That's a huge role model. Thank you.
Kudos to Kak Kaila, mom. Next one we have Kak Bella. From Kak Bella.
Okay, my mom, and the second one is my grandmother because yeah, she always be with me every day. Thank you, Wahyu.
Kudos to Kak Bella, mom and grandma. Hopefully they're still stay healthy until now. Next one we have from Ko David. To Ko David.
Yep. Obviously, my mother, the tallest and the wisest person who always teach me many things. Thank you, Wahyu.
Thank you to Ko David, mom, and to Ko David too. Next one we have from Beli Ketut. Tubli, the time's yours.
Okay, my mother, she's always enthusiastic is in her endeavor, optimistic and supportive of the progress of her children. Thank you.
Yeah, we love our mom. Thank you, Bliketut. Next one we have from Kak Gray. Kak Gray, the time is yours, Kak.
Yeah, so almost same as everyone. Yeah, my mom, lots of reason, but she's one of the strongest women I know. Back to you.
Yeah, kudos to Kak Gray's mom. And next one we have from Kak Cynthia.
For me, my mom and my sister, they are my role model in everything, including my fashion. My sister in particular has become my fashion icon. I often find myself imitating her style, and they both inspire me to strive for the best version of myself every day.
Thank you, Kak Cynthia. Kudos to Kak Cynthia mom and also your sister, Kak. Next one we have from Mok Oyana. To Mok Oyana, the time is yours. Mok.
Okay, for me is my mom is not easy to raise four kids, and yeah, so we alive and then get opportunity to experience life, and outside of that, so I also inspired with Susie because like she's like not highly educated, but because of dedication, and she believed that, you know, I think she believed the thing that she want to do, and then pursue based on that with energy. And then like Najwa is like her braveness, and then like, you know, so that's two women that I actually give me also like, oh, okay, it doesn't need the, you know, some high education and one like not high education, that it's if you want it end up in certain place because you wanted to have it. So yeah.
Thank you, Moayana. Thank you to Moayana mom, and also thank you to Moayana because has raising her children, and previously has been mentioned by Mr. Jing as one of inspiring women in his life. Thank you, Mo. Next one we have from Kak Amanda. Kak Amanda, the time is yours.
Okay, so for me, it's also my mom. She's like the strongest woman ever, and she will do everything and anything for her child and family. Thank you. Back to you, Wahyu.
Thank you, Amanda. And the last two, first one for me, I think it will be the same as others, which is my mom. She is the hero to our family. And finally, from Kak Tendi, I say that is Kak Tendi here? I think not. So Kak Tendi say that his mom and his wife as his spirit. So from all the personal updates, I can conclude that some of us really mention our beloved one or our sister, our mother, and hopefully with these personal updates, we can show our true love to them in real life, and don't forget to express it directly to them, and not only with words, but also actions. Thank you. And to conclude this all hands meeting, we'll continue to announcements. The announcements will be delivered by our Honorable HR, Kak Shelin Arifin. To Kak Shelin, times is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Wayu. So, two announcements actually for today. The first one is to announce you guys that you can actually ask for the monthly day off on Ask Anything now. Yay! So, Krishna actually attached the links over there as well. So, yeah, basically you can know like the days of it way more advanced, like up until the end of the year. So, basically with this, we won't actually announce this on the all hands, so you can just go to Ask Anything. Okay. So that will be the first announcement, and the second announcement is actually for birthday. So I think some of you guys have actually like wished one of them, yeah, for the birthday. So we actually had one birthday celebration yesterday for Cynthia. So that's why the photo over there actually her having her cake yesterday. Ah, so it's a belated birthday, but we should all wish her as well. And today we also have another person nih, Vanes. Boleh on mic dulu. ya biar kelihatan ya di semua orang juga over here. So Vanes is actually having his birthday today as well. So yeah, happy birthday for both of you guys and semoga semakin jadi, semoga semakin makin. As what Bella mentioned just now. So yeah, that would be like a bit of the announcement, and I'll give it back to Wahyu. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Shelin. So, yay, that's all for today's All Hands meeting. It has been a very great session for our All Hands meeting today. And hopefully with this All Hands meeting, we can focus more on our works and focus on our target. And by that, have a great day. Let's get back to work. Bye. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much, everyone.